right, let me get my incense lit. Yay. Incense. And mute. Perfect. And I can't see. One and nope, that one's never gonna fit. That one's never gonna fit. I have to find one that'll fit in this little hole. There it is. All right, let me, oh, live chat, gotta do live chat. Hi, Angela. All right, hi, Hexen. I'm so glad my Hexen gets to be on. Yay, hi, Sherry Bug. Hexen's not working, so he gets to be on with us. Yay. Hi, Gypsy. Hi, Johnny. Butterfly Magic, hello. Alexa Joy. Hey. So guess what? It's Friday. We made it. Yes, exactly, Takesha. We made it. Thank goodness. I don't know how we made it, but somehow we made it to Friday. What incense are you using? Oh, I still am addicted. I have to say, I probably will buy something else because this is almost gone. And I've had, I don't know, maybe 6 boxes. But this Song of India Temple incense, love this stuff. I've been addicted to this stuff now for, I don't know, 6 months. And it's basically all I have burnt because I just love it. It smells good. There's a sweetness to it, but it's still very spiritual. So to me, it's like the best incense I've had. I have them right here, as a matter of fact, right? Yep. So those are next. I got to get my cone thing up here to do, to burn the cones. Actually, no. Oh, wait, it might be over there. I got to get my cone thing up here to burn the cones. But, it does smell good. I bet you're right. I bet you it's going to be awesome. I'm going to love it. Okay. All right. Hi, Storm. Hi, Kim. Alexa Joy. Yay, I'm so excited. Listening while driving. Hi, Janice. I saw you message me. I haven't had a chance actually to even look at it, but I will look at it when we're done, I promise. And pay attention to driving. Kim, I know. Yeah, you get to catch a live. I'm excited too. Friday. I'm so excited it's Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. This is my Saturday. Well, at least it's not, Monday yet. Yay. Who else? Allison, hello. Friday is Monday, but it's all good, right? Having trouble with doing my own live tonight. May have to do my draw tomorrow. Oh, no. Are you having trouble because of the 1,000 thing? Like you can't get on and you have to do it from another app or something? I feel so bad. I can't believe they did that to people. Again, I kind of understand the reasoning with that shooting thing, but I don't think they had to make it so... Hi, Pat. So high of a level, Hi, Michelle. Thank you, Hexen. Hi, Thomas. And Selkie, hello. No, I don't have a cell phone, just a laptop, but still, you're still having problems. Oh, I'm sorry. Sounds like me. I have been... Spirit Moon, thank you. You guys are so good to me. Thank you so much. I love you. And not just because you're the most generous people out there. The message is just a reminder that you're loved. Aw, thank you. You guys are just the best community. I adore this community. I love you all so much. I love it. I love it. And I was really hoping to be outside, but of course, as soon as I left work, it started pouring rain. And I think it's stopped now, but of course now everything outside is totally wet. But soon, I hope. Hey, when we give money here, does YouTube really take 40% of it? I have to be honest with you. I haven't paid enough attention to how much they take. It takes a really long time to get. I don't think they take 40% when they do the super chat part. I think they do take a percentage. I think it might be 20%. I have to look and I'll get back to you. I know the ad part is really hard to figure out. Like when you're doing ads and stuff, it's hard to figure out how much of that you get because they keep it like secretive almost. I can never figure out exactly what the hell they're talking about, but I know they take a percentage. I'll have to check about the super chat, like how much they actually take of that. I know they hold on to everything until you reach $100 and then they're supposed to release it, but that's not really true either. They don't. There's Maddie. There's my Maddie. They don't release it right away. I think they only do it once a month. So even if you had like $100 the day after they gave you the last deposit, it still takes them like a month to let it go. So, and it's so confusing. So I hope they kind of streamline that a little better. I think if you just give us an email address, we can e-transfer, right? Or PayPal, like friends and family PayPal stuff. Maddie, I know. I love my Maddie. It wouldn't be alive without Maddie doing that. Although last night it was so cute. Last night he comes in and he's like, I didn't do it. Aw, thank you, Spirit Moon. It's because you guys do so much for me. I do what I do because I adore the fact that that I can help you guys to connect to the universe better, to connect that to that energy. Because I truly believe that the more people that we can get to connect to this interweb of spirit, which is what I connect to, like when I do your readings or when I tell you about your spirit guides or anything like that, I think that the more people we can get to connect to that, to realize that we're all connected, the better this world is going to be. Because when you feel like you're connected to somebody, it's a lot harder, whether you agree with them about every topic or not, to put them down for their beliefs or to harass them because you disagree with them on a topic. So when you're actually connected to that energy, it is a lot harder to push somebody away just because you don't agree on everything. And I think this world would be so much better place the more people that we can get to connect. So that's why I'm here. If I can get more and more and more people to connect to that web of connection that we all are connected to realize that we're all connected to that, it's going to be a better place all around. For sure. Yay! Just stopping by to say hello. Hi, Silver Willow. Zell. I don't know at all. Jen, I think I cannot gift money because I don't have super chat. I think that's because I'm in Britain. I think now I don't. More love, less hate. That's right. That's right. I don't know because I'm not in Britain, but I know I've seen different denominations. Like I've seen Canadian money go up there, and I've seen, what's DK? I think Korean? Maybe Korean money? Is that DK? I don't know. I've seen other denominations go up there, so I know they figure out like the currency exchanger thing, whatever. But I don't know. Hey, I have to bring groceries in, but I'll be right back. Okay. Thanks, Jack. Hi. My ADD buddy. Sorry you're late. That's okay, Rosetta. We're just starting. I haven't even shown one book yet. Oh no, something, and then oh no, let me know a better way to do it. Okay. Right on. Yay. New to your channel. I'm so glad I finally found someone I enjoy watching and feel the same way on a lot of topics you talk about. Thank you so much for going live right after I subscribed. Hey, high five. Welcome. Hi. Do you want to say hello?
No, I'll see you.
Yes, you do. Everybody loves to see you. Hi, Joey. My gorgeous son. Yes.
Don't tell that's not been in his room. I'm going to steal some of his vape juice.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. It's not like we're live on, broadcast. I know, you're right, though. Dustin will never watch us. Don't tell. Yes, I know. He's not. Hi, Ayla. So, Michael and Harley Giroux, welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you have any questions, always feel free to message me. Let me know. Ask me questions. I don't mind. If you are not a part of our Facebook group yet, I encourage you to take a look at our Facebook group. We really support each other a lot, and the people in this community are great about answering questions and, giving opinions and bouncing ideas back and forth. So I highly encourage you to look for it. It's Willow Winds, which you have to look at how I spell my Willow Wind. I know it's confusing. Willow Winds Thrifty Witchin'. And the group, yay. Show. Yay. There's the link for it right there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Getting ready for work. Hi, Shauna. We need to find a way so you get it faster and all of it. I know. Back here again for the second time today. Hi, Em. Okay, now, so what are we doing here today? I figured we'd talk about, because everybody loves my Beginner Witch series. We're just starting, Renee. You're fine. Hold on. Hi, Autumn. You have not. Nobody's missed anything good yet. I haven't even shown one book. But I thought, since everybody loves my Beginner Witch series, and I'm chomping at the bit to get back at it, I figured I'd show the books that I feel are the best books when you're a beginner and you're figuring things out and you're figuring out your path and what to study and how to study. And I've just realized I forgot two, but that's okay. The best books that I think helped me when I started out in the very beginning. So I figured that would be a good idea. I'm working on the same painting from Art Sherpa that you have hanging behind you, the magic book one. Really? Hey. Peter did that. And he goes to Art Sherpa. Is that the same one as Jane? I think that was Jane. Maybe not. He looks at 2 or 3 of them. One is Jane, and one is one that he really likes the way she paints, but she drives him crazy because she talks a lot, and he's not really into that. I love the Beginner Witch series. Good. And I'm going to be starting back up on that. Yes, I'm doing mine rainbow. Awesome. Hi, Darcy. No, but I do painting with Jane too. Perfect. I'm watching the Beginning Witch series for the second time. Awesome. That's Art Sherpa. Is that the one that talks a whole lot? It drives him crazy. He's like, I love her paintings and she's really good, but oh my gosh, I have to sit there and listen to her life story, and she talks to her husband apparently. Hi, Nancy. Okay. So let me start you off with, this is the first book that I actually, all right, yeah, okay. So this is, when you're first starting off, this is the first book that I recommend that you get. Just as kind of an introduction to the whole thing. I love you, Shauna. You have a good weekend. I hope things start drying up for you there. All right, so I'm going to tell you, Scott Cunningham. Gotta love Scott Cunningham, right? He is a master. He is someone that makes it very easy to understand when he talks about things. He kind of goes over everything. This book in particular, Wicca, a guide for the solitary practitioner. Even if you're planning on joining a coven or starting a coven or being in a coven, I highly recommend starting out with this particular book because it kind of touches on a whole bunch of things. It touches on your altar. It touches on the tools that you can have. Now, I will tell you, and you can get them in audio too, absolutely. I will tell you, love, love, love Scott Cunningham. I love all his books. I love him. He's great. And I love the fact that he also says, if this, let me find the altar series real quick because it cracks me. Here we go. Symbolic divine areas of the altar, okay? So he says on this side is the goddess, in the middle is both God and goddess, and on this side is the God. And then he'll go on and talk about, okay, if that doesn't work for you, do it differently. Do it whichever way you feel seems like the best way for you. Which, hello, Mama Squirrel, if it works for you, it works, right? So I love that he says, here's a basic layout of an altar. If you're going to have long, slow, like flowing sleeves on, he specifically says, don't put your candles in the front of your altar where you're going to have to reach over it. It's stupid little things that you're not going to think about until you're standing there in your long robe and you go, oh shit, I have to reach that chalice way back there and I have 3 candles right in front. How the hell am I going to do that? So he tells you, all right, this is my suggestion. But if it doesn't work for you that way, do it a different way. So here, again, here's an altar layout where he says, this is where I normally put my stuff on my altar. But he says, if you get this all set up and you find that you need the salt more because you're more of a salt person than you are the water person or whatever, change it around. Do whatever you want. Yes, all pagans, for all pagans. From, I'm halfway through Wicca by Harmony Nice. It's like Cliff Notes, not a beginner book to build upon. Gotcha. And his books, yes, are super affordable because these are old. I mean, come on. I think this one probably came out, in the early 80s? Late 70s? Let's see. What does it say? So he started writing it. This is the 19th printing was 1997. The first edition was 1988. And he died in 1993. So great beginner book though, guys. It really goes through all of the very basic kind of stuff that you want to start out with when you're like, what the hell is an athame? Yes, absolutely. 1993, yeah. I know, I can't believe it's been that long. So I will tell you too that anything that you find in these books, you need to remember to use it and try it out. And then if it doesn't work for you, do something different. Because it's okay. It's okay for this not to work for you. There's a lot. His altar setup is very in-depth. He has every single thing you could want for an altar. And as a thrifty witch, I can tell you, I don't even have everything that he talks about on that altar. I might have all of it by now. But it took me, I've been a witch now for, how old is Joey? It's almost 17 years, something like that. And it took me that long to get it all, and it's all used stuff. So don't worry about having all of it. Really, you don't need anything for your altar except what you can find outside. Don't forget, right? Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2 is kind of along the same lines. Hi, Justin. When do you even have time to read? I know, right? I do. I have time at work sometimes to read. I have time. When I say I'm going to bed at midnight, I usually have a book with me that I'm reading and I'm kind of watching TV or I'm terrible. One of the things I will tell you too, you still don't have an athame? That's okay. It's not a big deal. Go out and get a stick. A wand works just as good as an athame. It's basically, it's similar. You can use it for the same kind of things. I will tell you, one of the things as a beginner that I remember that totally, totally bugged me when I was reading this book was pronunciations. Because I have to say, when I started, YouTube was not around. I mean, it might have been, but there was not a whole lot of people on YouTube. I had no Athame. I didn't know how to pronounce Athame until I heard Willow say it in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like, I think I said a thame, which I think people still are. Or you're on our lives and saying how you should be sleeping. Yes, exactly. That too. Don't worry about the pronunciation. You have time to read when I'm not doing a video chat with you. I know. It really is, don't worry about pronunciation. But I will tell you, that's one of the things that bugged me, is I was like, how the hell do I pronounce this word? And I still, sometimes, I know I pronounce a couple things differently than other people. And I try to research as much as I can to figure out pronunciations. And I take the pronunciations that I have researched. Deosil drove me crazy for a while, right? I mean, how do you know how to pronounce that? Especially now we have internet stuff. So like there's actually people talking about this stuff. There was not that when I started. So anyways, don't worry about pronunciation. You're all right. So another one that is just like that, pronunciations. My family has always said in black, not in bulk. Really? Widdershins, right? Yes. Okay, so another one is Buckland, Raymond Buckland. He's another one that I highly recommend for beginners. This Wicca for Life one is another one that is very similar in scope to Scott Cunningham's. Very similar. It kind of touches on the basics of everything. And I hate to say it like this. Buckland kind of goes a little bit deeper to me than Scott Cunningham. I love Scott Cunningham. Don't get me wrong. I love Scott Cunningham. But Buckland to me goes into the whys. Like sometimes he'll say stuff that you're like, why would you do this? Well, and he just puts a little insight into there of, well, I found that. So I hate to say it like that. Buckland might be a little bit more my favorite than Scott Cunningham. Even though I love Scott Cunningham. But I loved Buckland. Loved it. It was your mom's. Oh, isn't that awesome? I wish I had witch books from my mother, but my mother's just a crazy bitch. Okay, so I didn't say that. I don't know what you're talking about. Even look at the full moon, drawing down the moon ceremony. For some reason, I had that blocked off. Oh, you know what? Because we were just talking about that. So now I'm doing my research again, even though Margot Adler is my go-to for drawing down the moon, to see what everybody says, right? My mom just does JC. It's all right. Okay, so that's the second book I recommend. Along the same veins, that kind of goes through everything in a beginner fashion to give you an idea of how to do everything. The third book. So this was, I think I actually got this before Buckland, and I didn't know anything about this one, and I don't hear this one. That one, Wicca for Life, was by Raymond Buckland, who just died last year. Right? Or was it a couple years ago? It was just last year, wasn't it? Now I'm like, holy shit, did he die a couple years ago already? Don't worry, I didn't hear anything about mothers. Oh, that's good. I think he just died last year. It seems like it was just a year ago, but it might be a couple years now. Gosh, time goes really fast when you're getting older. Okay, so this next book is a book that I adore. That, as far as I'm concerned, substance-wise, is even better than the first. He died in 2017. Damn it. Really? Holy crap. Time just goes way too fast. Way too fast. I feel like he just died like last October. Damn. Anyways, okay, so the next book, this is called Witchcrafting. This is by Phyllis Karat. Hi all, my mother is freaking awesome. Just gonna brag about having a cool mom. Aw, I have read his obituary, and I know what. Why is it? Tell me so I can be jealous of how awesome your mom is. Tell me, tell me. Time goes by faster the older you get. Oh, isn't that the truth, Justin? For sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. Tell me, I want to be jealous of how awesome your mom is. And you know what? I have got to, no, you know what? Screw that. I was just going to say, I have to be nicer about my mother. I have to try to be nicer to my mother. You know what? It's not my fault that she's a bitch. She is selfish and she's a bitch. And I have tried a lot to give her a lot of slack. But you know what? Instead of giving back at all, she just keeps taking. Well, first off, she's a witch. I love that. And second, she just accepts everyone as they are no matter what. I'm so jealous. I love it. Yay. Go, Jez's mom. I love it. Okay. Witchcrafting. This is by Phyllis Carrot. This book, I would have all my mother's, damn it. I would have all my mother's Wiccan studies if her mother hadn't burned it all. Ugh. Isn't that annoying? I can never understand that feeling. I love my mom so much. We here have the best mom. Aw, thank you, Justin. You know, I won't go into a whole diatribe about my mom. I will just say that since I was a teenager, my mom got married very young. She is the way she is. You might be a different person if you had a different mom. That's true. That's absolutely true. You could not be more true. You have to be you, and no, you don't have to be nice just because she's your mom, right? But my mom accepts my path, so I'm lucky in that way. I'll tell you though, my mother, she got married very young. She got married when she was 18, which I did too. She had me when she was 20. My parents were both hippies, and my father still is still a little kid. I love my dad. It's funny. I love my dad and I accept my dad for who he is. But I think because I don't feel like my dad tries to control me or tries to manipulate my life. And my mother has always done that and has always been very selfish. Since she decided to get a divorce from my father, she decided it was all about her, which, you know what, for a while, I don't blame her because she got married young and she went from her parents' house to my father's, to living with my father and having kids and stuff like that. But then she decided to go on this selfish road and she never looked back. She still is. And she doesn't, if she watches this, she'll call me and she'll have an absolute fit about how dare I say that she's a selfish woman. She is. I feel kind of bad about saying that, but she is. Okay, so yes, witchcrafting. This book, I have to say, is, I think, manipulator, yep, exactly. Mom visiting in June, going to see my Altar Tarot Cards books for the first time. Good for you, honey. You are a grown-ass woman. That's right. And people have to learn to accept who you are. And once people learn what we're about, that we're about love and loving the earth and following the earth's cycles, come on. What is there to hate? She does have, yeah, she does. Okay, so this book, sorry guys, I know I'm a squirrel tonight. Really, even more than the other two, I love Buckland, I love Scott Cunningham. This book, though, taught me more about my early walk than both of the other two combined. Both of the other two combined. It is, it kind of gives you some tools to look at things in your own way. I got Teddy and Bunny's support. Yes, you do. And it gives you some of the same kind of basic things, but I feel like she tells you why. She tells you why we do some of the things we do. She talks about invoking the pentacle and why it is this way. And if we do it backwards, why that does something different. This book really, really set up why a spell doesn't work, the rules of making magic. That kind of thing. She really is just it's a great basic book. Yes, absolutely. It is a great basic book. It's a great book to look inside yourself and find the magic that you have inside you, and tells you how to use it. I've never met someone else's mom and wish they were mine. My mom did what she had to as a mom and raised us, but she was miserable and tried to hide it from us. Aw. I once said to a girlfriend after she said my mom was nice that hell no, my mom is everything but nice. And she was like, oh, what if your mom heard that? And I called my mom. She said it was true. She's not nice. Nice means fake. That book has good reviews. Yeah, it is great. I loved this book. This book, I think, was the first one that I thought, hi, Jack, was the first one that I thought, yeah, this is absolutely my path. Now, I don't know if it's because Scott Cunningham and Raymond Buckland are men, and that could be, and hear me out, and this has nothing to do with bashing men, but I think men think logically and think of, okay, you need to know how to set up an altar. Good. You put your athame here, and you put a candle here, and then this goes here, and on the right side is the God side. So on the right side, you put this and this and this. And women are like, so when you're setting up an altar, you want your altar to flow energetically, and you want that feeling to come in, and in order to represent the goddess's energy and her womb, you use a cauldron, because what better place to have a cauldron that, hey, I resemble that remark. And again, there's a good thing. When I want to know that logic stuff, I pick up Scott Cunningham's books, because I want to just look it up and see a representation of the altar and say, okay, wait, where does he put this? And when I want a book to say why I'm doing something, if I'm like, okay, wait a second, I know I've always done this, but why do I do that again? I pick up her book. So it's just a little different. That's why. When she got older, she tried to get everyone to look after her. When she was 69, my dad died, and she looked to me to look after her, and I did. She did her damnedest to make me miserable like her. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. My mom is fake as hell, a complete miserable bitch. She puts so much negative energy out that affects my babies. Second she walks in the room, you can see the change in my babies. Absolutely. Hi, Shamara. This one was the first one you read too? You. My mom confuses me. I'm pretty sure she'd be fine with me doing magic, but she'd throw a hiss fit if she found out that I don't believe in her almighty sky daddy. She knows I like crystals and cards. Cool. You had that book in your collection? Yay! I have to find a reprint. Thrift books. Don't forget, guys, if you're looking for these beginner books, Thrift Books is a great way to find it. Right? I know. Okay. So, you've read those books. You are... Oh, no, wait. One more. Hang on. You're ready to kind of look in a little more depth and look into the Sabbats and look into the Wheel of the Year and look into why things are... celebrated at certain times of the year and what they represent. Okay, there's 2 books by Thuri Calafia. The first one is called Initiate. No, wait, am I getting this backwards? Is this the second one? Damn it, hang on, can't remember. Fellow authors below. Yes, hold on. That's the second one. Okay, so the first book is Dedicant. So this book, yes, thank you. This book is the first one. And this book is when you're first starting out, and it takes you all the way through the year. So if you want to take that time, I kind of read it in a month. But if you want to take that time, you can start with whatever month you're in. January, February. So we're in April. So you can start with April. Do the lessons and stuff. They have lessons. They have, okay, this is what this moon means. This is what this season is. This is why we celebrate this during this season. It's a great, great book. Then you take that after you get through that one, and the second book is Initiate. I don't know what happened. There was always supposed to be a third book, and she even talked about a third book. I know she started writing it, but it never came out, right, guys? Once in a while, I check for it, and I haven't seen it come out. There was supposed to be a third book coming out for the really in-depth stuff, but I don't think it ever came out. Because I've been waiting for it forever. This came out in 2012. Yeah, so there's supposed to be 2 books, Adept and Master. And I don't think they ever happened. My allergies are kicking in bad tonight, guys. Sorry. But these 2 are absolutely great books for the beginner series. Goes right through the Wheel of the Year, tells you why you're doing the things you're doing. Once you get to the Initiate, that's a little bit more in-depth work. Okay, so the Initiate goes through, let me just go to her table of contents, if I can get to it. Tempering the Vessel, Initiate foundation work. I had to emotionally cut her off to save myself. Good for you, honey. The Earth Tides and Circles Systems, the Power of Language, Personal Responsibility. Then it goes through the moons. The first moon, the second moon, the third moon, blah, blah, blah. Then it goes through Attuning the Vessel, the solar wheel. So then it goes through the December lesson, the January lesson, the February lesson. And then it's just a really, hi Donna, really great series. Highly recommend. This is a awesome beginner series and gives you lots and lots of insights to why and how we're doing things. Okay, so speaking of the Wheel of the Year stuff, when you are ready to really go deep into the Wheel of the Year, all right. I haven't taken my allergy medicine. Author's name again, yes, because it's hard to pronounce it. Here you go. Thuri Calafia. So it's Thuricalafia. Really great series. Okay, Wheel of the Year. We are ready to go into the Wheel of the Year more in depth. And these books, I'm telling you now, I have had them since, what did I get? Samhain? Did I have it before Samhain? Mabon? I think I got it at Mabon last year. Hi, Marin. Hi, Victoria Lynn. Hi. These 2 books go through half of the year. And together they make up the entire year of Sabbats. These, to me, are the best. And let me tell you something. I have a whole section downstairs of Sabbat books. These 2, to me, replace every other book. Every other one. I like these better than every other one I've ever gotten. So these are by Ashleigh Ogaya, okay? Ashleigh Ogaya. All right, I have to say, 39 minutes. That's so not bad. I can live with 39 minutes, I suppose. Yes, so these books, Ashleigh Ogaya, have replaced, I still look once in a while, but they are so good. For each Sabbat, she really goes in depth. She has sections for each Sabbat. So for each one, it starts off with the lore of that Sabbat. So here we are, we're in Beltane. So it starts off with the lore of Beltane, which is like the history of it, where it came from. And who started it? What were some of the traditions way back then of why it started and when? Then every Sabbath, it goes to rituals. So it gives you ideas of rituals. There's at least a couple in every Sabbat of how to do a ritual for that Sabbat. Perfect. Love it. And then it has activities, and that could be, some of them have like recipes. Some of them have like stuff, maypole stuff that you can do. And some of them, there's all kinds of activities you can do with your kids. There's all kinds of activities in there. And then symbols. So it ends with the symbols of that Sabbath. And it starts wherever you're at, but it goes through the light half of the year and the dark half of the year. So there's 2 books, and both of them together encompass the entire wheel of the year. And they're called Celebrating the Seasons of Life. And one is Beltane to Mabon. And then the other one is Samhain to Ostara. So both of those together to me are the best Sabbath books I have found. The best ones. To me, they really replace all the others. I bet you I have 20 books about the Sabbaths. I have books specifically on just that. I'm not saying don't get any others. I'm just saying if you're starting out and you only want a couple to encompass all of them, they are really, really good. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Cha Ivy. I already have too many books. I always want more. I know. Wendy, hi. How are ya? Yay. Really, really great books. Okay. So here's another one. I have to say, I don't know how to say this right. Starhawk is one of those authors that I connect to on a level that I don't always connect to all of these authors. And a lot of authors, I found out, hi Sue, I like a lot, but some of the things that they say, I don't always connect to. I'm not always like, oh, yes, I feel that. Yes. Starhawk is one that I actually do. And I think that authors can have a lot of great information, and I can still read their books and say, yeah, I think you're full of shit. I don't think you actually believe that. She is, definitely. She's in a dimension of her own. You can tell by when you hear her speak, when you read her writings, you can tell that she feels this. This is her life. Didn't care for it all. Really? See, now different strokes for different strokes, if it works for you. Her, the Spiral Dance book has a whole thing about the Wheel of the Year. So she goes through the Wheel of the Year and she has suggested rituals. I have probably incorporated stuff for her rituals. Gosh, on and off my entire walk, I have incorporated part of her rituals because I just really love the way she does her rituals and why she does them. And she has stuff about trances. She has magical symbols, the god and the goddess, how to connect to them, creating a sacred space. So again, a great beginner book. Just have been battling a migraine all day. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Hold on. I'm going to put you in my Reiki basket here. Caroline, migraines. So I have to say, Starhawk, I just love the girl. And I have her earthing book too. Maybe that's part of it, is her earthing book. She talks about how to connect to Mother Gaia by taking off your shoes and really feeling the earth and how important that is. And if you've heard me speak about that, I'm so with that. What the hell am I allergic to? I opened up the window. Migraines. So as I'm sitting here, so I can be a millionaire, I will put you in there for financial stuff. I'm not asking for millions, but I will put you in there for prosperous financial prosperity. Magic. Okay. Prosperity. Okay, then just 2 millions. Yes, Luna. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm surprised I didn't remember that from earlier. But now that you say that, absolutely. Fresh air? No, it can't be fresh air. You know what I think? It just kind of hit me and I went, oh my God. Because this has not done this for weeks. And I just switched back to my favorite incense. And I am praying that it is not my favorite incense that is doing this. I'm like, oh my God, wait a second. I will die if I am allergic to my favorite incense. That will suck. Yes, Julie. Chronic pain. Julie, chronic pain. I'm so mad right now. This is the Song of India Temple incense. I will be so ticked. I'm going to have to do some kind of experiment to like, oh, I'm so mad. It better not be. I'm so upset. Yes. Actually, my new moon, I did my burning. Excuse me, new moon, I did my burning and I specifically put Scott back in there. So he's in there. I will be so mad if it's my favorite incense. It can't be. It can't. My spiritual path. I could use some of that. My family's struggling after my husband's father passed away and had to spend a big chunk of our savings for my husband to fly out and lay his father to rest. Okay, honey. Magic. My spiritual path. Hey, Boop. Did you see him? Are you going to hide? Where are you? Oh. You're not Boop, you're Kitten. I saw Boop, I swear. This is Kitten. Say hi, Kitten. Hi. This is my son's girlfriend's kitty. And apparently she is a little brat, but she's been so good since she's been here. Oh, gosh darn it. Hold on. My spiritual path. Whew. Spiritual path. Okay. I know they smell so great. Like the Night Queen. All right, I will. I gotta find. I don't have a thing to write on. Oh, that witch and tree painting behind you on the floor. Oh, that one. That is the altar, the traveling altar that I'm making to maybe sell. And I keep going back and forth. Could you please add me to the Reiki basket? The doctor's been trying new meds. Oh, you poor thing. I hate new meds. My favorite is the Native Collections Vanilla Sweetgrass. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Movement and tears. Movement and tears. I don't know, Wendy. Meds. I know. Meds. I missed it. Autumn meds. Okay. More books. Ready? All right. Speaking of Raven Grimassi, I must admit, who he did just die this past year, or maybe the beginning of this year. Maybe, was it January he died? Yeah, I think it was. It was just January. So my favorite book of Ravens that I have is called The Witch's Craft. Raven is he is kind of a genius about stuff. He's very interesting the way he describes things. Now I will tell you, he is old school. So he is one of those people that kind of will say, this is why we do it this way. But that's okay. Keep in mind that even if someone says that, that doesn't mean if it doesn't work for you, you can't do it a different way. But this is the go-to. This is the beginning place where you can start to get your feet with stuff. Get your feet wet with stuff. Yeah, March 10th. Really? See, now that seems like longer to me. I don't know. I'm just totally screwed up. But he's great. He talks about Hecate. He's just great. He talks about the horned god. He talks about the religion part of our religion. Yeah, the fundamentals of it. Yes. Really a great book. Again, to touch on all the kind of beginning things that we go through. It's great to have different books from different authors to give us different perspectives on things. That's why I read so many books from different authors, because even if I am not crazy about their perspective, that doesn't mean I can't learn something from them. And I'm not saying that about Raven, by the way. I love Raven and I love his perspective, and I think he's a genius, or he was a genius. I hate that. Actually, who I'm talking about, I'll try to say this without saying it. What the hell's her name? Oh my God. The one who has 8 million books for teenagers. And I have them all. Silver. What? Come on, you guys. What is her name? Yes. He is amazing. Silver Ravenwolf. Thank you, Ayla. You knew exactly who I was talking about. So Silver Ravenwolf. I have all of her books, almost all of her books, because I want to have that different perspective. And I think she's really good for teenagers or preteens that are just starting out, because she's kind of pagan light. I think once you're past that very, very beginning stage, or once you're not a teenager anymore, she's not very in depth. Let me put it that way. And fluff. Yes, she's a little fluffy. So, and Raven is not. I don't mean that at all about Raven. Raven is incredible. I love the way she rhymes prose, right? But doing rituals with Oreo cookies, not age appropriate for me. Yes, thank you. I know. Exactly. So I have all her books for anyone who comes to my house who is really young. I get scratched. The kitty scratched me. He did on the way out. Who's really young, or who, is asking me for help and is still living with their parents and is 15 and I don't want to get in trouble with their parents. I have a ton of her books. I just haven't read them. Even when I was a beginner, I didn't read them that much. Have you ever seen the logo of a preamp cookie though? No, I should know. Show the cover of this one. Mom and I both had her books. I have one left, right? I do. I think I have probably 6 of her books. Because usually, I'll be honest with you, I can find them for super cheap at the thrift shop. I don't think I've ever bought one new. They have Game of Thrones Oreos. I know, I saw them. Oh my gosh. Jennifer Bebow. She showed them. I don't think I have used them in a long time, but. All right. So what else? I have that. I have a couple different. Okay. 2 more pagan books. And then I have a couple other books for suggestions that will help on your witchy path. Okay. Anne Mora, love this woman. She is a green witch, and she has a whole series, which is awesome. But I was trying to take, okay, without a whole series, what will give you an idea of an author's knowledge in one basic book. So I picked her Grimoire for the Green Witch. She is great. She is great. I have all of her books. I have Green Witchcraft, the first one, Green Witchcraft 2, Green Witchcraft 3, Green Witch Tarot. Is that one up here? I probably left, no. Tarot for the Green Witch. This is absolutely, this will give you an overview of how she thinks and how she writes. So look at basic materials, basic tools. Great. Opening the circle. So she gives you some basic openings of a circle, the benediction, simple circle casting with wand staff or stang. So really super great book. If you are into green witchery, I highly recommend getting all of her books, but start out with the Grimoire. Hi, Em. Oh, you fell down your steps. Are you okay? She writes prose well too. Yes, for sure. I hope you're okay, Em. Oh my goodness. Readings for eclipses, drawing down the moon. Again, your right pride is bruised. Well, thank goodness for that. Again, for me, I don't draw down the moon with anyone's. I'll get to that. Okay. I love Oreos. When I was pregnant, that's all I ate with my first son. Green and Hedge. Yes. Green Witch and Hedge Witch are close. Hedge Witch is even more about the cooking aspect of those herbs, but Green Witches deal with nature and herbs and what's outside. So yes, very, very similar. And they do a lot of herb work too. Just Green Witches don't necessarily do as much cooking kind of magic as Hedge Witches. Great book. Okay, so the last witch book, and then I have 5 books that are not specifically pagan books, but books that helped me tremendously on my pagan path. So, of course, I have to go with Margot Adler, Drawing Down the Moon. Now, again, I may be a tiny bit biased because I met her, but I love her. I just love her. She is, here's why. Okay, I'll tell you why. She's an intellectual. She is highly educated, was highly educated. She worked for NPR. She was a writer for NPR forever. And this book is about her journey, about paganism in general, about how she found her path, about what drew her to the goddess. And so I love this book. It really gives you a ton of information. It gives you a ton of information about what the craft looks like, in modern times. Meeting her says a lot because you could have been turned off by her in person, but you weren't. Yeah, I met her. Don't forget, when I met her, she was dying. Like literally, she died a month later, maybe 2 months later at the most, but I think it was like a month after I met her. And I didn't know who she was. I did not know who she was until she died. And then it was suddenly like, oh my gosh, wait, that's her? Yeah. So, and she was amazing. She was amazing. Is there anyone here who hasn't heard my Margot Adler story? I hate to keep bringing it up if you've all heard it. But if anyone hasn't heard it, I will tell again because you're new. Okay, there are people who haven't. Sorry to go over it again for those of you who haven't. But, so it was, oh gosh, I can't even remember now. When did she die? So the year she died. So I feel like it was 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was only 4 though. If you check and see what year she died, that's the year. That summer, I was involved with a coven here when we moved from North Carolina back to Rochester. I found someone who I consider to be my mentor still. I love him dearly. His name was David, and he really stepped up and mentored me when I came back to Rochester. Now, I will tell you, 2014. Wow. It's been that long. Holy moly. July 28th. And when was I there? I was there for summer solstice. So the end of June. So a month. I met her a month before she died. So he really mentored me, stepped up, and he taught me a lot about the community in Rochester, the witch community. Really? What town? Because I am too. I'm from Fairport, which is a small town outside of Rochester. Anyways, and so he suggested that we go camping to this Naples. I used to live in Prattsburg, which is the next town south from Naples. I love Naples. Naples Grape Festival. We go every year. Anyways, yes, I know exactly where it is. We go every year. There's a place called Brushwood in New York. It's quite a ways from here. But it is called Brushwood, and it's a campground that is for pagans. It is a pagan campground. And they do some amazing things. They do, for the light half of the year, they do all the Sabbats they do there. They have this gorgeous festival called Sirius Rising. The house my dad was born in was a landmark there. That's awesome. It's a cute town. It's a grape town. Love it. So he suggested that we go, and I really wanted to go to Sirius Rising because that's a whole week long full of workshops and all this stuff, but I could not get off of work at that time because that's in January or in July. And so we decided to go to summer solstice because I could get off of work at the end of June, but not July. So we went to summer solstice. I brought my son, who in 2014, he was 11. He was 11. And we did summer solstice there. And I had a life-changing experience. It was wonderful. It was really wonderful. They did things like, that's where I talk about sometimes, they were sky-clad down there. And so there was people walking around naked all over the place. And my 11-year-old son was there, and I didn't have a problem with it. Let me say that ahead of time, except I was worried that he would be uncomfortable. So we kind of started talking about it a little bit, and he was good. We were fine. He was awesome because nobody down there treats it like anything. And I have to say I don't know how to say this. There isn't a lot of supermodels there. Hi, Maddie. So they're normal people. So to me, that made it even better that they weren't supermodels. Are you almost done? When is the next live show? It's not a show. I wish there was things for pagans in North Carolina like that. There sounds fun. There is, really getting in touch with who you are, right? All right, I have to blow my nose again because this is killing me. Okay, so anyways, we were around. They have drum circles every night where they stay up till like 2-3 in the morning, drumming and hanging around the bonfire and playing music and gathering together and worshiping the goddess and all kinds of stuff. So here, all these people are sky-clad, and I wasn't. And so my son was dancing around the circle with this kid who happened to be Margot Adler's grandson. And they were dancing around the circle and stuff. And I came over and I said, hey, how you doing? I sat down and I was laughing. And I said, it's so funny to me. I said, I don't know about you, but I cannot do this. Now, she wasn't skyclad either. I said, I don't understand how these skyclad people do it, because I like, the mosquitoes adore me. And I am not even naked, and I will end up with like 8 million mosquito bites on me. And if I was naked, I would have mosquito bites where I cannot itch. This was for summer solstice at Brushwood. And she kind of laughed and she said, no, you don't have to. No, they're not touchy. They're not touchy. Nope, not at all. And it's something about the energy. They feel you out. You know, like if they may touch your arm or something, but only if they felt that your energy was okay with that. They're really great. So anyway, she said, no, they won't. You just have to ask them not to bite you. And I went, yeah, okay, I'll try that. And she goes, no. And she grabbed both my hands and she looked at me. She goes, I'm telling you, just ask them nicely, but ask them not to bite you. And I'm like, okay, this lady is kind of crazy. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, okay, mosquitoes. I would really appreciate it if you didn't bite me, because you really love me most of the time. And I go home with mosquito bites all over the place as it is. So it would be really great if I didn't get any mosquito bites tonight, because, you know, it's just the beginning of summer, really. And we're really just starting out. So I would appreciate it if I didn't get any mosquito bites. And she goes, now tell them that they're not allowed to. Really give it to them. Tell them they are not allowed to bite you, period. And I'm like, okay, I will do that. So I'm like, okay, I'm telling you right now, I don't want any mosquito bites. No more. You're done. And I kind of let it go. So then later on, and we sat here, we talked for 2 hours about all kinds of stuff. I asked her what she did. She said she was a writer for NPR. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. I love NPR, because of course I'm a liberal idiot. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Da, 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 da. And literally I had no idea who she was. Stupid me, right? And then at some point the leader of the campground came up and we started giving petitions. I thought she told you to tell the skyclad people not to bite you. No, mosquitoes. So the owner of the campground came up and she goes, okay, I want to do some healing because Margot has cancer. And Margot stood up and she goes, no, you guys, she goes, I so appreciate healing energy. And she goes, I'm never going to get away from healing energy. But I think that I'm at the point where I'm okay. She goes, if you, please do, go ahead. If you want to send me healing energy, that's great. You know, if the goddess and the god decide that I'm supposed to be here for longer, then that's okay. But I think I'm nearing the end of this, and I'm ready to transition if I want to. Like, if that happens, if that's the will of where I'm going and it's time for me to go, I'm okay with that. And I thought, she didn't even mention to me that she had cancer. I had no idea she had cancer. So a bunch of us got in a circle and did like this healing stuff for her. I normally don't get bitten, but my poor daughter gets eaten alive. I do too. I'm terrible. So we did a bunch of healing, and she was prepared. She was totally prepared. We did a whole bunch of healing. Literally, the sun started to come up, and we were laughing about, she was amazing. We were laughing about, because Joey and her grandson were having a blast dancing around the fire. Now so you're talking, the sun was starting to come up, so it's probably 5 o'clock in the morning. So for hours, we just talked and danced, and we talked about life, and we talked about, you know, how freeing it is to, and there's a mosquito, you son of a bitch. How freeing it is to feel like you're on the correct path in life. And here, like, she could have at any time said, you know who I am? I'm like Margot Adler. And if she had said it like that, I would have gone, oh my gosh, wait, I know who you are. But it never clicked for me, guys. It never clicked. So here we had talked all night. It was great. She's like, oh, it's so great to meet you. She gives me this big hug. She was a lovely person. Lovely person. I adored her. David came up to me afterwards, who I thought was really funny that he kind of stayed away like the whole time. And I thought, talk to it nicely, right? I know. And I have to say now, to end this story, I have to say I did not get one damn mosquito bite that night. That has never happened to me, ever. I did not get one mosquito bite. I sat around a fire all night long in June and the end of June, and I didn't get one mosquito bite. Not one. That hasn't happened to me since either, so I swear it was her energy and not mine. But I know it's possible now, so every year I'm like, okay, this year I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it, damn it. But seriously, I didn't know who she was. So David came up to me and he goes, what was her name? I said, Margot or Margaret, Margot, something like that. And he goes, yeah, I think she was somebody, Jen. And I'm like, yeah, she was really nice. And he's like, yeah, okay. So on the way home, he mentioned again, he goes, I think she's an author. Like, I think she's the Margot Adler. And I'm like, what do you mean the Margot Adler? It just like, phew, totally did. And I'm like, okay. Sometimes David made a big deal about things that I did not. Like he was he was Gardnerian and he was very by the book about stuff. So sometimes he would like be like, whoo, there's all kinds of stuff going on. And I would be like, okay, good for you, David. But I kind of ignored him on stuff. So honestly, I didn't really realize who she was until she died. And when she died, he called me and he goes, Jen, Margot just died. And I'm like, oh, that's so sad. And he goes, no, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. And I'm like, I know I'm not getting it. She was the woman that I hung out with. She was great. And boy, she was ready to go. And he's like, Jen, go look her up. Go look her up right now. And I'm like, okay, fine. Hi, Blake. I'm like, fine, I'll go look her up. Margot Adler, okay. And I looked, and as soon as Drawing Down the Moon came up, I was like, oh, wait, she's that Margot Adler. Like, Margot Adler, that woman? Totally had no idea who she was. They go for a certain blood type. I swear they go for mine, whatever it is. But so, yes, I had no idea who she was. No idea who she was. I had no clue until after she died. And I felt like I cannot believe I had this huge experience with her. And I didn't realize who she was until she was gone. And then it finally hit me that me as a pagan, I had this awesome experience with one of the best pagan writers to ever live. So I just, okay, I'm biased. Absolutely. But I love this book. And I think you're right. I think I love this book because I do think of sitting around the fire with her and just chatting with her and stuff. But her life story, it's amazing. All the things she accomplished and how she came about her energy and stuff. Chase, my man. Chase is here. If you had known who she was, the experience would have been totally different. That's true. I bet you're right. That would have been a totally different experience if I had realized that she was this Margot Adler. I'm sure I would have like asked for an autograph and I would have totally fangirled out and been like, I'm meeting Margot Adler. But I didn't because I didn't realize who she was. And a month later, she died. It was, but I will never forget that experience. So an experience that, yes, I was meant to meet her at that time for sure. And Joey remembers too, because he hung out with her grandson. It was amazing, amazing. Chase, I love. Thank you. I love my wonderful story about Margot Adler. I cannot believe I still haven't watched it. I haven't had time. I thought I was going to have time today to watch your amazing interview. So Chase and Avalon and yes, hello. They interviewed Barbara Moore and cats. Hey, you be nice. That cat was here before you. He Be nice. I mean it. Hey, you be nice. It's all right, baby. Joey. Oh, you little shit. Joey. Save your cat. I'm going to be Rachel Pollack. Yes. Kitty. Joey, come save your cat. Mary Kay. Oh, yes. Mary Kay and Rachel Pollack. Yes. That's totally what I meant. But I had to go live, so I couldn't see it. But I totally want to watch. I'm so excited to go back and watch. How awesome was that? Was it? I was just talking about one of mine when I met Margot Adler, but same thing. It must have been like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to you. This is awesome. Of course, I didn't know I was talking to her when I was talking to her, but how awesome was it to interview them? I can't wait to see your face because I know you were like, oh, this is so great. How cool. So if you guys haven't seen this, it's on, is it on STW's website, YouTube channel, right? Look it up. I was so composed. Yay, were you? Oh, that's so cool. It's on STW's YouTube channel. And so go look it up, guys. I mean, how awesome to be able to interview these great tarot geniuses. What a great interview that must be. I cannot wait. This weekend, I'll have some time tomorrow to watch it, I hope. So, yay! After the show was over, they both logged off. All three of us fanned so hard. Yay, right? I would have been like, yay, we just talked to them. How awesome. That is just great. Congratulations. That is a wonderful life-altering event for sure. Okay, let me finish up the rest of the books for your beginning pagan path. So this one, I will tell you, the Chalice and Blade. This one talks about our history, like our real history. As pagans, our history of where the goddess came from, where the worshiping the goddess came from, and where our history has come from. All of the things that we believe in, this is how we got to that place. Yes, aren't they all doing Benebell, all doing a seminar in July in upstate New York? Ooh, I don't know. In upstate New York, woohoo, that can't be too far. But yes, the Chalice and Blade, this is a great book about our history. So if you're a history person, the Omega, that's what your show is about. Ooh, cool. I'll have to check it out. If you're a person who likes stuff about the history of where we came from, this is the book. Okay. Pick that up. This book, okay. So now, not necessarily a pagan book. This is a book that will help you guys on your walk, though, if you're a beginner on this path. Thich Nhat Hanh. He is a monk. He's a Buddhist monk. This is called The Miracle of Mindfulness, and it's an introduction to the practice of meditation. Thich Nhat Hanh teaches about mindfulness, about meditation. He does walking meditations. He does daily meditations. He teaches how to meditate all the time, like how to be in that spiritual space of meditation in your daily walk. I'm not there yet, by far, but if you can kick yourself into that as often as you can, it gives you a sense of peace, even in chaos. Even if there's chaos going on around you, he teaches you how to key in to that sense of peace. He teaches you to let go of your ego, which is such a huge thing. I love, one of my favorite things is to listen to, he did, I just devoured a 2-people salad in about 8 minutes. Woohoo! Just a little taste, I guess so. Hey, at least it was a salad and not 2 pizzas like I normally do. Hi, Sherry. He has a great interview with Oprah where he talks about talking to the person who you love, the person who you live with, in terms like my beloved. And it makes a big difference. It makes a big difference in how you see each other. When you treat someone like, I'm trying to get back to healthy before Witches in the Woods. Yay, right? If you treat someone like your beloved, even when you're mad at them, that's the hardest time to do that. I can't even explain how much that goes towards helping you to drop your ego habits and live in the present moment. Love, love, love him. Okay. So, of course, the master to me about present moment living is Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle. I adore Eckhart. I love listening to his audiobooks because I love his laugh. But if you're not a person who likes geekiness, don't do that. But he's a master at living in the now, the power of now, and awakening to your life purpose and new earth. Both are masterful books. Both just teach you to live a different way. Teach you that ego, it's so important. It's so hard. Believe me, I know. And I'm not saying that I mastered it or even come close to mastering it. But it gives you tools that if you can catch yourself sometimes, if you can catch yourself going, oh, you know what? I'm being a bitch because my ego is saying you deserve better. If you can catch that sometimes, you can prevent yourself from screwing things up that maybe don't have to be so screwed up. The ego. Yes, Chase, the ego. Ah! And it's not easy, but everything that we do to get there brings us forward. I tried to read his books twice. He couldn't get into them. I'll try. We got to finish my other book, The Alchemist. And then maybe we'll start one of these and we'll talk about it together as we read. Maybe we'll do live reading sessions. I don't know. It's so hard to do live reading sessions, though, because other people come in and ask for readings and talk about stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the book. We'll see. We'll talk about it. It's possible. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about is, okay, Crystal Bible. That's a great book for crystals. I thought about putting on, I did the several week series with him and Oprah. Awesome, right? I did a whole Oprah, like where you go and you listen to all the speakers. Retreat. I did a whole Oprah retreat. Yep, squirrel brain, I'm losing it. Quite a few years ago. A couple of years ago. I was running quite a few years. I did not put any crystal books on here because it's really hard for me to choose between my crystal books. But yes, Crystal Bible. Yes, Encyclopedia. Anything by Judy Hall. I have to say, number one. Melody. She's another one that anything by that will give you a good idea of crystals to begin with. Also, who's the other guy? Christopher. Can't remember now. I want to say it's Christopher, but that's the temple guy who I like too. Yeah, he wrote the Inner Temporal, the Outer Temporal. Those are also great books, but I think they're a little bit more advanced than beginner books. But it's not Penzac. It's the guy who does Grateful as a Tonic. Yes. Yes. It's the guy who goes to the Tucson Gem Show, the Phoenix Gem Show every year and shows all the pictures, and I always post his stuff. And it starts with a P also, but it's Plummet, PHU, something like that. Plummet. Nope, my brain isn't going to do it. Okay, so that's crystal stuff. The last thing I want to go over is healing. So when you come into this path, one of the things that you're going to want to do even if it's just on yourself, even if you don't feel comfortable in saying you want to heal other people, is you should be able to do energy work, which has to do with healing. So Hands of Light. Hands of Light is an incredible, yeah, that's right, is an incredible book. It talks about the methods of healing just by knowing auras, of knowing the meridians, of knowing that there is an energy field around the body, and how to begin to feel that energy and manipulate that energy and move it in and out of where things need to go, and be able to tell when things aren't flowing right. This is an incredible book to just begin to feel some of that energetic stuff so that you can begin to heal yourself, and you can heal others if you're there. Her second book, behind that book. So this is actually not hers, I have to say. This was the first healing Reiki healing book that I got, because it's the manual. This is the manual when you go for your Usi Reiki 1 or Usi Reiki 2. This is the manual. It's a great book. It is a fantastic book. I have a bunch of notes on stuff. It gives you positions. It gives you the basic elements of Usi Reiki. And this one is by William Lee Rand. And it is a fantastic book. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, those of you, if you are coming to Tarot Stock this year, I'm doing my mastery on Sunday. I plan on doing Reiki 1 for everyone who's interested in doing Reiki. I want you to go too, Chase. I wish you could come. Everyone who's interested in doing Reiki, I'm going to do Reiki 1 for all of you at Tarot Stock for free, which is kind of a big deal. Now, I will tell you, if you feel compelled to, throw me a few bucks for it, I'm not going to deny that. Reiki 1, hands-on Reiki 1 is usually like $250 to $300, sometimes more depending on the teacher. But what I do ask you for is to try to get this book ahead of time. Try to look in thrift books, look in, what's that other site I always forget about? There's a site that looks in like all the used book sites to try to find the books you're looking for. So I do ask that you try to, if you're coming to Tarot Stock and you are interested in Reiki, try to get the manual here from William Lee Rand, okay? And this is for first and second degree Reiki. So I'm going to be doing Reiki 1 for all of you who come, okay? Try to get the manual. This is it. Yeah, I know it is. Butterfly Magic, how do you feel about it? Are you a Reiki healer? I don't know how you feel about that. I know it's available on Udemy. I try not to down those people. But here's when I learned Reiki, I learned that you charge for it because people need to understand that it's an exchange of energy. So you are giving your energy. And when you're learning Reiki, you learn about the energy and that the energy is an exchange. So you don't want to give it for free. Now, when I say I'm going to give it for free, I mean that. But I mean that because I know what I'm going to be getting from all of you when you come to Reiki. Has it for 21. Yay! Yay! I'm so glad you're still on, Hexen. Me too, Shamara. I know. I wish you could come. That's the only thing I ask, guys. If you can possibly handle getting the book, You paid about $1,000 for your Reiki master. Yep, absolutely. And I'm paying $475 for mine. And I paid $375, I think, for Reiki 2. And I paid close to $300, I think, for Reiki 1. Yeah, attunement's not in person. Yeah, I don't get that either. Now, I'm not saying, but now that I have all of the courses, I practice it in person, right? I also did another course through mail, and no, that was not any stronger. Oh, tell me that again. Hold on. That is the course I took, and she is a great teacher, but I feel the attunements were not that strong. Okay. I also did the whole course on, and I also did another course through the mail, and no, that was not any stronger. Okay. So in your experience, it is better to do it face-to-face. Found it on thrift books, but it has a green cover. That's okay. As long as it's still by the same person, by William Rand. I've seen a green cover too, and it says Reiki first and second degree manual, or just first degree manual, and it's by William Rand, then that's fine. We're good. I want to teach healing so that you guys can go and do healing. I want you to connect to that energy. You saw that book in Barnes & Nobles. Maddie, you're coming to Tarot Stock. If you want to do Reiki, I am going to do this for you. Reiki 1 is on me. I would appreciate a donation if you'd make a donation, but I'm not asking for that because I want to create healers. So try to get the manual, the first degree manual. It's either comes in first and second degree manual, or I think there is one that's just a first degree. However, I will tell you guys again, when we were talking about Starhawk, I talked about earthing. Reiki is not the only kind of healing you can do. And I thought about, do you guys want me to do a general healing? Of course. Yes, we're going to do a tarot session during it. Absolutely. With all of that cost for the Reiki, how much and how often is the recertification? You don't have recertification, Pat. Once you learn how to do it, you're attuned to that energy. And because you never lose that. Now, if you don't use it, you can kind of get rusty at it. $8 on thrift books. There you go. You can kind of get rusty at it, but you don't lose that attunement. Your attunement is always there, and it's always good. So I use it all the time, but you don't, I mean, you never lose it. Hi, guys.
Is this another one of your videos?
It is.
Is it?
It
is.
is.
This one again, too.
Say hi. Hi. This is Kaylin.
Again, hello. You're welcome.
Your kitty was going after our kitty, so I hope our kitty's okay. Check in. I think my kitty tried to retreat to my bedroom.
Probably.
And I was like, kitten, damn it. I'm on a video. I can't get up and save him.
I feel bad because she really just wants to play, but like nobody wants to play with her.
I know.
It's so bad.
I know. I am rusty. That's okay. Rusty is fine. Rusty is all right. I learned how to heal the chakras this past Samhain and how to realign them. Perfect. So the green cover, that's okay. So if you want, we can start to go over, like some general healing. Not Reiki. Reiki is a different thing. You really have to be attuned to Reiki in order to do it. But, oh no, you got called into work. Oh, Chase, no. Oh, that so sucks. But at least you get paid for going in, I hope, at least. Have a good night. I'm new to your channel. I watched your thrift store haul. Oh, good. Well, welcome. I was hoping it was Joey. Yeah, he's off. Love you too. I know. And we've got to figure out, Chase. There is something in the works with us because I keep thinking about it but it's not quite, it's like always at the tip of my tongue. There is something we're supposed to do together, sir. And we're going to do it, I swear. Anyways, are you guys interested in other kinds of healing? Because other kinds of healing is stuff that we can do. Yes, I know. We'll do it. I promise. We're going to do it. Other types of healing is stuff that you don't necessarily need to be attuned for, but it's really about working with energy. So we can practice that together. And I was thinking, as part of the Beginner Witch series, when I'm outside, we can start to learn about earth healing and sky healing and pulling healing from living beings and pulling healing from trees. And most of mine comes from Mother Gaia, I'm not going to lie. But some of it comes from Father Sky. Awesome. All right, so I will, as part of crystal healing, yes, we can do that all day long. I love my crystal healing. And I always incorporate my crystal healing with my Reiki and with all my other. I am going live tomorrow to announce the winner of the giveaway. Yay! Awesome, Ayla. Chakras, yes, absolutely. That's always a big part of it, for sure. Are there other books tonight? Did I go through them all? Yes, I think I did. So I think we're good. So that is like my favorite beginner books anyways, to really get you started on the path, to really kind of get your feet wet. Energy healing is your calling. Awesome. I will do that then. The next time I can get outside, we will start to work with energy balls. And as an aside, to start out with anyways, if you have never done any kind of energetic healing and you're interested in it, I'm going to start by teaching you how to open up the chakras that are in your palms. And in order to do that, and I know we've done this before, but this is something I want you to practice when you're just sitting in front of the TV, whatever. You're going to start by pretending there's a ball in between your hands. Yes, I do have the Book of Stones, for sure. And I want you to push your hands together until you feel that ball. Yes, outside without chainsaws. Oh, please, outside without chainsaws. Eventually, when you're pushing your hands together, if you're picturing that ball in between your hands, you're going to feel it. And you're going to feel that pushback. That, oh my gosh, wait, I can't crush it. So you're going to feel it. So when you feel it, then you practice by manipulating that ball, moving it back and forth between one hand and another, making the ball bigger, making the ball heavier. All that kind of stuff, that's how you're going to start practicing energy work. Just by creating this energy ball. Now, when you're done with that energy ball, don't forget to put some love into it and then release it into the air, because that'll connect to the web of connections and it will go through the earth. The earth needs lots of healing, guys, right? So make sure that you don't just drop it, because then it just sits at your feet. You're going to create that energy. You're going to manipulate energy around you. And so make sure that you release that, okay? But keep practicing that, and then we'll take what we're doing there, opening up the chakras in your palms. We're going to take that and go from there and learning how to manipulate that and learning how to feel that pushback from your body. There's energy cycles that go through your body called meridians. I need to open my third eye so I can get better at opening other chakras. Absolutely having a heck of a time. Okay, yes. Look at your pineal gland. Yep. I don't know who said that, but that's absolutely true. Fluoride. Do you have fluoride in your water? Probably. Are you drinking fluorinated water? Does your toothpaste have fluoride in it? Are you an adult? Let me start there. If you don't have any more baby teeth growing, you don't want fluoride in your toothpaste anymore, because that is calcifying your pineal gland, which is how you connect to spirit. That's how you feel energy. That's how you connect to energy. Yes, and your dairy too. You have to be careful with it wherever you go. But start with toothpaste, mouthwashes, that kind of stuff. Start with that. I have to rub my hands together until they feel warm. No problem. That's okay. For sure. Because now you're creating friction energy. And then, ooh, yeah, look at that. Then you're right. You can feel it a little bit better. That city water has fluoride in it. Exactly. Be careful. It does. Once you learn how to do that, put a crystal into it and see how that changes the energy. That will start tuning you into different energies of crystals. Been reducing all those things and lots of meditations. That is it. I'm so glad I lived in a place where we have so much tighter rules for what's in the food and water. Oh, I bet. I really wish I did. Dietary changes absolutely help. They do. I get spring water from a company, and even Walmart has no fluoride toothpaste. Yes, they do. And they have, I think I was saying when we first started talking about this, I love Anise toothpaste. Really good. This last time I got, I just happened to have to go to Walmart for it. And there is Burt's Bees has a mint flavored non-fluoride toothpaste. You know, all the tea I drink has tap water. Yep. There you go. There you go. It's also told cedar oil and eating lots of pineapple. There you go. That'll help. Good. All right, guys. It is 9:15. I have been on for almost 2 hours. So much for a short video. Dark leafy greens. Yep, that helps. I hope that you guys got some ideas for some good beginner books. So the next time I go outside, we'll do some energy work and some healing stuff. You are welcome. I love you all so much. I will be on tomorrow. It'd be nice if I could go on tomorrow during the day at some point. I don't know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow, but we'll see. Nice out. It is?
Yep.
Yay. It's supposed to be nice out.
It's supposed to be like 62.
Oh, that's not bad. It's not as nice as it was today when I was stuck inside at work.
It's
but
supposed to be sunny, though, tomorrow.
Oh, that's good.
Raining, so
Good. All right, guys. I love you so much. You're so welcome. Have a great night. Don't forget, Maddie and Dave are going to be on for Popcorn Friday. Popcorn Party Friday on the Wizard's Tower, I believe. You are so welcome. They come on at 10 or 10:30. Good. I love you guys so much. You guys, you amaze me every day. Kind, generous, wonderful people.